Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to yet another AM Tuesday. This is round 6 out of 14 coming to you live from beautiful Imola. Only claimed a few lives here in the past. I am Kid and Petter, joined alongside by Andy Wu.
Howdy.
And, of course, a special addition to the booth tonight with only 18 drivers. We have Karun Chandok on the Skypad, a.k.a. Case in Your Face.
Yep, the view from above is amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you. Tricky track tonight. Like I said, 18 drivers, 14 full-time, 4 reserves. Cam Tizzle has set the fastest lap so far. Don't mind Taylor NASCAR. That is Chase NASCAR, or just Chase. Apparently he said some naughty things in a PSN message and got his account suspended, so he'll be on a burner for the foreseeable future, and that burner is Taylor NASCAR. Cornish Mantis with a 143 flat. That's not competitive. Not sure. Hopefully that's not what his actual pace is. Carr's been with a disappointing first lap as well. Looking around here, what are some keys, do you think, Andy, to this circuit?
Well, watching track limits, first and foremost. We saw first driver on track wing it in the Haas, making his third appearance this season. But he invalidated his first lap, and I have a feeling we'll see a lot more invalidations throughout qualifying and into the race. We'll see a lot of time penalties. But yeah, if you can avoid the time penalties, and then, I mean, there's not too much runoff around here, so keeping all four tires on the tarmac is definitely a good way to stay up front in AM2.
Vamu in the comments says, shout out to Vamu for missing this race last season due to a race ban. Yeah, shout out to Vamu for a race ban. Dirty Driver is the Argentinian. Right along with Deathstorm here, I'm going to hit the old driver standings real quick. Electric has got a bit of a margin in first place. He's on 93 points. Ben 12 points behind in second. His Electric's teammate is in P3 after a disappointing spot that saw him finish 7th. He's 73 points, so 20 whole points off of his teammate. Still doable though. Only less than halfway through the season. ZX is in 4th, but he's not here with us tonight, giving E. Warren a chance with a podium. He will be able to jump ZX. He's in 5th with 31. Secure the Perks is in 6th, and then it gets really tight. Chase, Cheesehead, Dream, Bergie, Insight, Deathstorm, Shelly, all within 9 points. They're all the way down to 13th. Harris, Future, and VTech round out. Those who have scored this year, some notable guys that haven't scored. This man right here, we're right on board with Express 44. He runs the competing VPN company with our sponsor, NordVPN. So, not saying that is strategical on our part, but he does go P3. In terms of constructors, Alpine is way out in front, 166 to McLaren's 99. And we had a little news on the McLaren front, didn't we, Andy, this week?
We did.
They have a new driver. Okay, well.
Oh man, God, that was a really good segue, and I just blanked.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sorry. Texas Tornado, getting promoted from AM3 after his championship hopes pretty much dwindled away due to his lack of attendance in that division, but making the step up here, getting ready to complete a lap, it looks like. But yeah, with the Bood also getting promoted due to a lack of attendance for AM2 and his let me see what yearning desire. Yeah, there
or
you
burning.
Go. Yeah, something like that. His desire to race an AM1 like a real man with ghosting off and no assists. We decided to do a little mid-season double promotion within the McLaren organization. Fortunately for Abood, he is now racing in a Mercedes vomit emoji. But yeah, Texas Tornado gets promoted, and we brought Great Ape supposedly back to AM3 to fill his spot.
Ah, there you go. She's head through the Variante Alta. That is the tight little chicane in the third sector. Cam Tizzle goes provisionally into P1. 16.4 is the time there. Both Ravatsas. Cheesehead goes through. He's coming off a season high of P4 last week, and he's going to go P5 provisionally right now. So, pretty good. Car's been starting a lap. Go ahead and go through an entire lap with him. This is a Variante Tamburello, the neutered Tamburello, due to Tamburello neutering Ayrton Senna. And that's Villeneuve, also named after a dead driver. And this is Tosa, the hairpin. A fun little corner. A lot of different lines you can take through there. Can be a little tricky under traction, though. Up through turn 9 and 10. That's pure. Down into the famed Aqua Minerale. Kind of interested here to see how Texas Tornado gets along, but he is P6 right now, 17 flat. So not too bad. We were kind of debating last night during the AM3 broadcast where we thought he'd slot in. I thought it would probably be a little bit further back, but pretty strong showing thus far for him.
Well, with a lot of the normal AM3 kind of front mid-pack drivers missing, ZX and Shelly notably. Man, what a lap from Ben. 4/10 clear the field. But yeah, your upper mid-pack kind of missing some of its firepower this week. You know, with Shelly, ZX, see who else are we missing? The Mercedes drivers, and they've shown really good pace this year. Future and Insight. I feel like Texas definitely does have a shot at getting a pretty good points haul here in his, I guess, full-time debut in AM2.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. Birdie invalidates that Aqua Minerale. Who else we got? It's Harris. Oh, he's invalidated as well. Whoa. Oh, that was some... Got a little feedback there. Wing It. Fun facts about Wing It. He finished on the podium here last year. Can you name who won in Season 8? Or Season 9, actually, here in AM2, Andy.
DK?
No. Give me a hint. He is...
It was on penalties, I know. Exotic, maybe?
Oh, good guess, but no. It is, in fact, Shelly, who is not here tonight.
No. Ooh.
Future AM2 champion, Ecos Saint. That was second. Yeah, Saint remembered. He says Shelly in the chat, so kudos to him. He got it from Racing Fan on penalties.
Yeah, I do remember his on penalties because we had a late race safety car with like 3 to go. There was a lot of bumper cars that I remember, but yeah, that's about it. Cornish Mantis on his last lap improved by the 40-odd seconds that he was off compared to everyone else and slotted into the mid-pack.
That's pretty solid.
Story time.
That's pretty solid. I think you're seeing a lot of guys struggling with the track limit so far. Let's go along with Express here. But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say actually. Oh no, now I remember. Pull time, fastest time this week so far was actually an EU4. Wakanda Forever did a 15.919. So we're knocking on the doorstep there. EU3 was a 16.019, so we've already beaten that. And AM3, as usual, with the likes of Case in your face in it, Tidman said a 1:16.733 yesterday. So that was those are your pull times presented by digitalmotorsport.com.
Yeah, we're kind of... AM3 is kind of off the pace of every other tier, but I don't know, maybe with more driving and stuff, the pace will pick up.
Yeah, it is a brand new
AM3 race much. Yeah, like, I only have time, like, my schedule's so busy, I practice Monday. Like, that's the only time I play the game, so... Hopefully with the next season's stuff, I'll be able to open up more time to get faster.
Yeah. For sure, Wing It coming across the line, and he does set at least a time to be registered. 17.2, still over a second off of pole time for last season's podium sitter. E. Warren up into P7. He finished 5th here last season.
Saw Electric Blade. I was on board with him during his full lap there. Jumped up to P2 for the 16.130, and I feel like he has time to gain in it, especially around the first sector mark. Kind of missed a lot of apexes through the first couple of chicanes. So I think he has a little bit of time to gain, maybe enough to fondle with the 15.9s, if you will.
Like the sound of that. Cam Tizzle coming across the line, and he actually...
The same time!
It is the same time his car's been, and that is... It says P2,
But showing fastest lap.
but I believe that is P1 since he went later.
No,
It's
it's whoever
the same
sets
car.
it first.
Oh, it's whoever says...
Yeah.
I always mix those up.
Well, why would the guy who sets it second...
Well, that's what I always thought, but I don't know. I thought that's how it worked.
I hope nobody goes any faster. Or someone else... Didn't that happen here? Or was that a different track where 3 drivers set the same lap time?
Oh God, I don't...
Was it here or Jerez?
Oh, that was Jerez. That was
Okay.
the Schumacher, Villeneuve, and Frentzen, I think.
Yeah, I
There's
couldn't think of the other one.
I think there's other Williams. There's Taylor Nakar. Let's see if he can improve on P12. Doesn't look like it.
I don't think that was a really competitive lap time. It was 44 seconds off of what he set the first
Yeah,
lap.
I think he might be going for another one here.
Ooh, man, a lot of
Gotta
first
outlaps.
chicane. And he runs around.
Yeah, things are gonna get real busy here. Here's Matty Robbo clearing the cavalcade coming out of the old pit lane. Tricky pit exit here. Can really mess up your day if somebody's not paying attention. Fun fact about Matty, he's P6 in the EU2 Championship. Reserving for the first time over here in AM2 this season. He's actually ahead of Electric Blade, who is our championship leader, by 1 spot.
Yeah, so why? Vamu, yeah, I'm talking to you. Why you let him race, I don't know. But I guess I just work here. Oh, he runs wide. Doesn't invalidate, though.
Yeah, well, I
Got
saw
unlucky.
whenever Ben set that possible pole lap, he ran wide out of this chicane here, the Variante Alta. So,
Is Maddie bailing out?
oh, Batty is bailing out. Is Deathstorm again with a disappointing qualifying, retires in the pits. Let's see. Let's look around here. Secure the Perks is on a hot lap. He's already invalidated, though. Looks like Ben is about to start one. Recharging those batteries. Getting a good launch onto the front straight. It's got a nice little helmet. Looks a little bit like Mario Andretti's helmet back in the day.
Who spins?
Yeah.
I think it's a Fernando
Oh.
copy. Kind of looks like his IndyCar, like Indy 500 helmet.
Well, either way, he's got this thing on rails. Coming to the end of Sector 1 here. We'll check that time. He's up 7/100ths on his previous time. Taylor Chase NASCAR. I guess do you think his last name is actually NASCAR? I'm starting to think maybe that's like his brother or something. It's Chase and Taylor NASCAR. But Ben going through Aqua Minerale. Looking like a really good lap, it must be said, from the McLaren driver. Let's see where he clocks in. Ooh, over a 10th up, I think. It's a purple Sector 2. And he is off to the races, into the Ravazzas.
Yeah, no one else in the top 5 going to be able to improve on their times. Electric Blade was on track but didn't make it to the line in time.
Well, here comes Ben. A 15.683. That is by far the fastest time of the week so far. Great lap from him. Dream is now coming across the line. No,
Yeah,
he's not. He is
He was
bailing.
really down on his time. Oh, Mantis spins out of Ravazza 1 in between
Oh.
two Ravazzas.
And hopefully that doesn't throw off Cheesehead here. Oh, and
Oh, he ran wide.
just a little bit of oversteer, and he runs wide, and he's not going to be able to improve. He's not too thrilled. Going to leave an end plate on the track. Got Wing It and
He
Harris.
spun earlier in his
Oh,
lap.
did
Wing It did.
Well, then I guess it all comes down to Harris. He'll wrap us up here. He's currently in last place, lagging a little bit.
I think any lap here will be an improvement. He throws himself P10.
Yeah, P10, not too bad, especially coming off of his best result of the season last week. Finished 8th. Where were we? I already forgot. Spa. We were in Spa last week.
Yeah.
Nice respite for these drivers as well. Should be mentioned. No rain for the first time in 2 weeks. Had rain in Zandvoort, rain at Spa, but it's going to be a beautiful evening here at the racetrack in Imola. Well,
So, question.
sure.
Do you guys pronounce it Imola or Imola? Because I've heard both, and I don't want to sound silly.
Imola.
Yeah, Imola.
Imola.
Don't enunciate the O. In, like don't
I
go
think
out of
it's-
your way to
Yeah.
say it.
I've heard it like Imola.
It's Imola.
Yeah.
Imola.
Is Red Mask from Italy?
Red Mask is Dutch.
Oh, so he's been rocking the Italian flag.
Yeah, man.
He's very tough.
I don't know. Maybe he's like Marina Rat, where his parents are Italian or something. Who knows? History's mysteries.
Yeah.
Chat's popping off. Ecos Saint says he's had the flu all week. Flu race incoming tomorrow for AM1. Don't forget. You can check us
I
out
think he
at 8 p.m.
had a
Eastern.
good race here last year in AM1 at Imola. I'm pretty sure he was up near the front, P3 or P4 for him.
Well, I would suggest to get your flu vaccines, but seeing as how Saints from Mississippi, I don't think they really do vaccines down there, so
Alright. Well,
probably not.
I guess I'll ask because I remember you guys asked last night. How many safety cars you guys thinking? Because you guys were thinking some last night and there was none. So
I think we're gonna get at least one.
I'm going for a flat one. I don't think we're getting.
Yeah. Cospets was offline yet again this week. Someone should probably hold me accountable for that sometime next weekend.
I'll spank you if you don't
Gonna
do it
forget.
next
Oh
week.
God. Oh jeez. BK says Nos Racing P17, not a shock. Maddie says, yeah, I didn't qualify, just wanted to do some race laps. Deathstorm says, well, I have a lot to do here. Just not lying. Nos Racing says, I'm going to suck. New setup. So, yeah, should be fun. You guys think of some predictions, and if anybody in the chat has predictions, let me know as well as we start counting down to the formation lap.
I don't have a podium prediction, but I do have a prediction that one European will run into a spinning car too.
Yeah, we saw that last week when Cornish Mantis, unfortunately,
Killed Mitch Burns.
Yeah, killed Mitch Burns in AM1. I was behind all that carnage. That was quite
I
entertaining.
watched it happen. I just saw Mitch's lifeless body in the car, and it really scarred me.
Oh, shout out to BK Ozakin 1 watching from Australia, guys. Here for some good racing today. Hope everyone is good. Well, thank you for joining. AM2 is usually one of our most competitive tiers here at Contest Disputes, so thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy the broadcast.
Should tune in tomorrow with our Australian commentator.
Yeah, the best
Shout
in
out
the
to
best in the business. Best in the business. All right. Well, you know what time it is, fellas. It's time for the old formation lap. Let's get the old tires up there. Cars Ben is leading off tonight. He's starting on pole in the McLaren. He's down his primary wingman in a boot who's moved up to AM1. But carrying on the hot lapping spirit nonetheless. Cam Tizzle in P2. He is just ahead of his teammate Electric Blade. These guys are third and first in the championship respectively. So hopefully no hargy-bargy between the two Alpine teammates. Express with his best quality of the season, I think, in P4, looking to score some points for once. Secure the perks in 5th. He's 5th in the championship as well, I think. No, he's actually 6th. Whatever. Dream in 6th, looking to help Aston Martin, who are second to last in the Constructors' Championship. E. Warren in 7th. Cornish Mantis with a really good P8 for the EU3 reserve driver in the Mercedes tonight. Cheesehead in 9th. Harris in 10th. Texas Tornado in his full-time AM2 debut is in 11th. Wing It in 12th. Taylor NASCAR, also known as Chase, he's in 13th. Bergie in 14th. Deathstorm 15th. Red Mask reserving in 16th. Nas reserving in 17th. Matty Rabo is reserving in last, 18th place. 1, 2, 3 will start on the hards. That's Matty, Red Mask, and Harris. And everybody else going for the mediums as they start to grid up.
I'm a little nervous for Harris. P10 on the hard tires, everyone else around him on the softer compound. Hopefully he can make it through the first lap okay, but...
Oh!
Yeah, oh! That's Texas Tornado.
I think he might have been warming up his tires a little too aggressively.
I don't mind the call from Red Mask and Matty going for the hards, but yeah, Harris mid-pack on the hards. That's going to be scary on the start for him.
Yeah. We'll have to check in with Case after that first lap to see if he can pick up any damage. He's our task man tonight. Shout out to Tebow. Got 5 red lights, and I think we're probably going to get a glitch. No, we don't. We're actually all fair and square as we get a terrible camera angle off the start. So I'm going to go on board. And still really just terrible camera angles. Still just all of these camera angles are really bad. It looks like there's a little bit of carnage into turn 1.
Cars everywhere.
Oh, who is
got
this?
Harris.
Harris. Harris on these hards is... I think I just saw a wing plate flying through the air. Not sure who that belongs to. Let's bring up the old HUD again. Ben has gotten off to a comfortable lead. I wonder if there's going to be any team orders here between the Alpines as Cam Tizzle holds second. Electric in third. Secure the perks. Was able to pick up a couple spots. He's up to P4 looking for his first career podium. I remember a couple of weeks ago he had his best career result in contested speed with the P4. Cheesehead up into P5 as well. Looks like the Aston Martins did not get away too great. 6th and 7th. E. Warren, Cornish, and Wing It will round out the top 10. Is Bergie making a move into P11?
Yeah, I was on board with Express on that start, and he had a crazy amount of wheel spin. Got swallowed up by the field, and Cheesehead, quite the contrary, there we go, got it out finally. Had a really good start, flew through the pack, up 4 spots. And then further back in the pack, Matty, just kind of biding his time. Oh boy.
Look at that. The Aston Martins. Dream and Express. Express was pulling out there, trying to get around, and it looks like he might have made a mistake coming out of Tamburello. That's going to bunch up all these guys. E. Warren looking to get past, and who's that on his gearbox? That's Cornish Mantis. E. Warren looking to throw one around the outside of Tosa. Not quite going to get there. So we have a yellow flag. Who is that?
It's
that
a
looks.
Ferrari.
Oh, it's Matty and Texas Tornado.
Texas.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Any of those guys got damage, Case?
I'm looking, and no one has damage, but also no one has tire wear, so I don't think Tass is
yep, I think Tass is broke, because I see the end plate missing on Texas Tornado's McLaren.
Yeah, they show all 0% for tire wear, too, so I'm not sure.
Yep, that would mean Tass is broken. Shout out to Cody's.
Yep, every update seems to kill TAS, which is our live telemetry system, which is coded in broken English from Tebow.
But the best laps and sectors work, so I'll have that, I guess.
Well, that's decent.
Something must have happened during all that. Express has lost the spot to Dream again.
I don't think Express ever got around Dream.
Wasn't that what happened in turn 1?
Well, he pulled out really aggressively around the outside, but he didn't get past, and then I think he lost it under traction coming out of the chicane. Either way, he's
yeah, birdie
with an
first
early
last
one.
week, first this week too. Oh man, as he gets way out of shape going at Rutosa.
I love me some Tosas. Tosas and Mimosas here in Imola, and who is that? That's Cornish Mantis getting on the outside curbing, and Piratella nearly nosedives.
Ran wide.
Yeah, he Warren out of Aqua Minerale just, you know, he went wide on the second part of it, but I think he's all good. No, Texas Tornado spun.
He's having a rough go of it here in his debut. This is Wing It on Cornish Mantis, who's looked a little skittish this lap. Must be said, Wing It's going to get it done before Ravazza.
But he missed the corner.
Yeah, nearly missed the corner. But job done nonetheless. Extremely hard to overtake here. Case you experienced that firsthand last night in the AM3 race, didn't you?
Yeah, it's really hard. There's like almost nowhere to do it. You have to just trust your gut. It's what makes good drivers great, I guess.
Oh, Cornish Mantis squeezing around Wing It there.
Yeah, he was able to sneak by with that DRS, which has been activated. Try to keep an eye up top. Cam is flirting with the DRS range right now. It's absolutely imperative around here to get that. Yeah, and he's actually going to cut him. I think this is going to be
there's an Aston around ahead of him. That's Express.
Got him.
It's kind of this... That must have been a horrifying moment for Cornish Mantis.
Code Brown.
Ghosting in this?
No, ghosting is off. And,
ghosting is off, and these guys have been going side by side for almost the entire lap. Wing is going to get around one more time. That is Bergie looking for any way around this battle as well. Wing It takes a defensive line into Variante Alta. He's going to scamper off again, but he's still going to be exposed with that long DRS straight, so we could see round 2 here immediately.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have no chance to defend against this. He's on the button, but he's got 40% less ERS than Cornish Mantis. Yeah, and here he comes.
Oh my.
Oh
my.
It is very OP around here.
Ooh. Oh, but Wing It
keep
tries to hold it.
I'm not sure.
Mantis.
I think he might have just gone a little too deep there. Oh, watch out, Cornish Mantis.
Oh no! Two Europeans.
Oh, well, I guess you called that one. Didn't you?
Yeah, Cornish will fight second authority for that.
That was a little bit.
To get out the way.
Yeah, that was.
They were both too polite.
That was a bit like when you're walking maybe like into an elevator and someone's walking out, and you kind of both have to do the side shuffle, and you keep moving the same way. That was a little bit like that. Unfortunate for Matty Rabo there, but we're starting to see the field spread out a little bit, which isn't uncommon for Imola. Obviously, it's a very technical track, and not a whole lot of places to overtake, so easy to make mistakes. Easy to start getting spread out is what's typically just a gigantic DRS train in the midfield is separated all the way down to P8, actually, and Bergie is on the heels of Wing It in 8th right now.
Yeah, missing again a lot of our midfield drivers today.
Oh wow.
So the pack's going to be a little more spread out, but oh man, Bergie trying to force Wing It into a mistake, forced himself into one.
Yeah, that's going to give Chase NASCAR a big time run. We might be able to link him up with these guys as the back half of the top 10 seem to be battling. Secure the Perks has gotten into the DRS of Cheesehead there in P4 as we have a yellow flag. That is a Mercedes. It's Cornish. Ah, man. Things going from bad to worse. It wouldn't surprise me if he had a little bit of maybe floor damage on that Mercedes.
Up front, though, status quo, if you will, up to Cheesehead. Top 3 kind of got away from everyone on the start, and I mean, I don't think they're going to end up forming up anytime soon.
Cornish Mantis has died again out of Villeneuve.
We don't have to watch that man suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his tires are probably burning up now, and he's probably just trying to move it. Red mask. He's the highest driver on hards right now. But if he's gonna play this strategy well, he's gonna need to try to stay with these medium drivers for as long as he can. Because their tires will start falling off probably around lap 10 to 12 is probably when they start.
Sorry, I've been watching E. Warren here. He's dropped off significantly from the cars ahead of him. And I don't know if he's made some sort of mistake, but I think his tires may be overheating because he has no pace and he's slipping all over the place. Wingett closed right up to him this lap, and there's now a big kind of division in the field. We got the top 6 all in a nice little train, and from 7th on back is going to start forming up behind the struggling Red Bull. Yeah, his tires are overheating.
Oh yeah,
he has no... Something's wrong.
Yeah, I wonder if he maybe forgot to change his tire pressures, because those mediums shouldn't be acting like that 7 laps into the race.
Yeah, it's definitely overheating tires. I wish I could zoom in on his steering wheel and look at it, but they
it looks like it says 190, maybe 180, 190.
Oh, so it's not tire temp related.
I believe is what it says. It's one something. Starts with a 1.
Yeah, so if it starts with a 1, I think he's doing all right then. Something is not working on that Red Bull. Not sure what it is.
That's really unfortunate for the Red Bull guys. Oh, she slides through Tamburello.
He hit that curve, and I thought he was going to go around.
Warren did finish P4 here last season, and picks up a 3-second time penalty. It sounded like Deathstorm was pretty confident about these two tonight. It's not been the start to the season that they wanted down in P4 in the championship so far, and not sure what happened to Deathstorm on the first lap, but he
picked up damage.
Yeah, he got something. He was the one casualty from lap 1, unfortunately. Warren doing a better job this lap. He's staying in contact with Wingett. And Bergie's actually struggling to catch up to these two, so could be a bit of a...
Yeah, I think they probably got hot and maybe just cooled them off now. They could have been in the 200s maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to explain other than that his tires were out of temperature, whether hot or cold. I have no idea how they would be cold, but I mean, just for a sudden pace drop like that. But I mean, he seems to have his sea legs back under him, and he's back underway.
Yeah, and I think Wingett here might be a little too quick. Slippery in a straight line for E1 to get past, but he's definitely throwing him a life preserver here, so he hasn't fallen any further back. So we get our first heli shot of the night through Villeneuve into Tosa. You can see all the
Wouldn't that have
beautiful...
been nice on the first lap?
Yeah, they need to do that more often. You can see a lot from in here. You see some houses and whatnot. I mentioned on the broadcast last night.
Behind them, Chase and Bergie. Chase got around Bergie, as you said, he was struggling there. Oh, Mantis, did he retire on track?
No, he wrecked out.
Oh.
Safety car's out.
And there it is. Safety car.
Oh yeah, you can just barely see him. That is on the exit of the final corner.
No, he did retire on track because his car's rolling.
Oh.
Or wait, no, who's that? Oh, Nos Racing spun.
His teammate
spun and broke his wing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I saw one Mercedes spun out of the first chicane. Tamburello? Tambourine. And I just saw his car sitting there. I thought that was the stricken Mercedes.
I think everybody's pitting here, and everybody's going to be going on to the hards as Chase picks up a speeding under safety car. It's going to be a DTP, baby. You know what that means, a drive-through penalty. Everybody in the pits, and this is really a tricky spot, too, because these hards, I think for most of these drivers, they will go off towards the end of this race. It might be a bit of an ask. It's a bit of an ask for me to get from about lap 15 to the end on the hards. So
Andrew,
Yes.
How many laps did I do on mine last night when they were at 70%? I think it was around 22.
Yep, you got the you got the 20 odd laps. So
20 odd,
I
and
think
they were at 70. So
I think they'll make it to the end. How competitive they'll be is a different topic. Red Mask, who started on the hards, jumped to softs. So I wonder if he's going to be going soft medium maybe, because I don't think he can go soft from here.
Yeah. I think this really throws a boondoggle in the hard runners' plans. That's Harris up there in P3.
Yeah, the big loser out of all that, Electric, having the double stack with his teammate, lost 2 spots.
Yeah.
Net 2 spots to Cheesehead and secure the purse, and a third behind Harris.
Yeah, so this might be an interesting race for the championship leader the rest of the way here. But everybody except for Red Mask on those hard compound tires, Harris is going to have to hop off of those at some point, but they should be able to get him to around lap 20. That is, if nothing happens in the meantime, because I can think of about, let me do the math here, about, what's that, 15, 14, no, 15, yeah, 14 or 15 people that are going to be trying to get around him on those old hards.
Oh, I don't know what camera I had, but it was one that was off the track, and it got the engine sound of the safety car going by.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Harris
that sounds
did pit.
nice. Oh, Harris does the world a favor. He does pit. I don't know what tire. I feel like he has to go mediums, but
maybe he'll go
doesn't.
medium soft if there is another safety car.
Yeah.
Dude, these we were very impressed by how long. Who was it last night? He was Clay.
It was the
Clay Funk.
European. Oh yeah,
It was
yeah.
Clay-
Clay
Clay-
Funk went medium soft, did he not?
He went mediums for 21 laps in a no stop. We were kind of blown away by that, so we're gonna have to see similar tire conservation out of Chase and Harris here.
I think Chase tried to serve his drive-through there, and,
that might have been, yeah.
and it put him on his old medium. So hopefully the safety car doesn't come in this lap for him.
That might be that's gonna be just about day done for Chase, unfortunately. He's given up all his spots, and he's gonna have to serve that drive-through in 3 laps.
But now he's on old mediums too, and he's gonna have to pit for fresh hards again.
Well, I was saying that there was a mentioned last night when I was helping out with the AM3 broadcast. See all these buildings and stuff inside the track. There actually is a fully functioning town. Part of Imola is inside of the track. You'll actually be able to see the bridge that you cross in order to get inside of it. And there's a school and a library. It's that Pirelli bridge right there. And go ahead and drive over that, and boom, there's a school, a library, some houses.
Someone just spun.
All kinds of fun stuff.
Just spun.
Ooh,
He has
that's an
been,
AM3 mistake right there.
yeah, he is certainly had a rough go of it here in his full season or full-time debut in AM2, all the way
Harris
down
could be
in
getting the best
16.
of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about, I was going to say earlier, when you guys were talking about what driver was it with the hot tires? I think it was Warren. Warren, yeah. You guys were talking about like how he was starting to get his sea legs and starting to drive with his slick tires or like cool off or whatever. I was gonna say one thing about a good race car driver is their tires are hot like that or something's not right with the steering, wings damaged, whatever. It makes a great driver if they can drive under that and still steering's out of whack, something they can still drive and compete under that. That's how you adapt and that's how you become a good driver.
Well,
Overcoming
Warren did a good job holding on to the DRS and wing it there.
Yeah, I mean,
despite
only
whatever he
losing
was
one
going
spot out of
He
all
might be
that.
the next Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, the Nebraskan Hamilton. How about that? We could make a documentary out of that.
With the white
You can
Lewis
just tell how bad
Hamilton.
it was. I think he did set his tire pressures on because everyone else is swerving and you can tell he's kind of trying not to. So I think he knows that his tires might get hot again. Because he's just driving and everyone else is swerving, so...
Yeah, and trying to go 20 odd laps on these hards without getting them to overheat is going to be quite the ask. Luckily in that first stint he only really lost time out of it and just the one spot to wing it, but now with the entire field all packed up, he's definitely got to keep them in check. He's probably going to be the fastest car on this restart though, having the tire temps all the way up. And as we're getting really backed up here, Ben.
All the way turned up.
Yep.
Um,
checking up.
Deathstorm says that safety car saved his race. BK was actually asking about porridge. If he'll be joining AM2 anytime soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll see. Crossplay is still a little glitchy though. Ben goes in between the two Ravazzas. It looks like he caught Cam sleeping a little bit, almost a second advantage already as they cross the start-finish line, starting 13 out of 32 laps here from Imola. Electric, what a start! You got a Kyle Busch restart, looks like.
Yep, kind of caught Secure the Perks napping a little bit, and I don't think Secure really got the tire temp he needs on this restart. He's under pressure again here from Dream now.
I love the pink detail on the engine cover of the Williams. It was cute.
Yeah, reminds me of some other round pink object. The black hole in the middle of it.
Patrick Star. The thing from SpongeBob.
Yep. Oh, Electric Blade really deep into Aqua Minerale. And he's trying to charge after the guy who got past him into the pit stop Cheesehead, but he really benefited from that safety car. Catching him back up in that front pack and put him in a podium position at the moment.
Yeah, you know, and for Cheesehead, really outside of a few laps at Jeddah, this is the best he's run all season. Had a podium last year, early on in his AM2 campaign. Wound up finishing 4th in the championship despite missing the first couple races. And he's had a tough go of it here recently, but he finished 4th last week at Spa. And looking for his first podium of the year here tonight is a little bit further back. E. Warren and Express get extremely cozy with one another through Tamburello.
Red mask on those softs, though. I mean, Warren's gonna have to. I mean, if he wants to hold it.
Yeah, those softs are gonna start falling off very quickly now.
Soon. Yeah, I was gonna say probably pretty soon.
Well, keep an eye on Harris. I don't know if you got telemetry for Harris or not, but I would like to see what his tire wear is. He's lagging all over the place.
Let me see if it's working yet.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, he's definitely bouncing around a little bit. Nothing too egregious though.
And nope, it still shows everyone has 0% wear. So.
Ah, oh. They're really
They're
making it
unfortunate too.
Yeah.
And everything.
Codemaster's really making it hard for Tebow to do however he does tasks. Red mask on E. Warren, yeah, I think he's on the button. As is E. Warren. You got a Mexican standoff here as Red Mask gets
A little bit of contact.
A little bit of contact. Looks like they're both through cleanly though.
Oh, in front of them, Express and Wing It side by side in the field.
Oh, that's tight.
Oh man.
Oh.
Back into Tosa. Express trying to follow it around the outside.
Yeah, it looks like he's not going to be able to get the run out of there. The Wing It can on the inside.
Express
but look at this.
All of his battery there trying to get that move done. He's now below 10%. Wing It's still up near
he's
70.
Desperate. Whoa. Yeah, Express looks a little desperate at the moment. To hopefully get a good result in. Dream's been carrying the Aston Martin squad so far this season. And one could argue the Dream probably deserved a lot more points. As Express gets extremely squiggly out of Alta. Now Red Mask.
Yeah,
Red Mask is looking for a move here into the first for
Oh,
Vatsa.
no! He missed the braking zone and man, he went straight for the outside of the track there and Express is nowhere to go.
Yeah, Red Mask is.
Got the bad end of the stick there.
And here
Yeah.
comes E. Warren back on Red Mask.
Yeah, I mean, you
Oh, but
weren't.
look at the straight line speed of the Haas.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is a slippery
Oh,
Haas!
he tagged him!
Oh, and he tags Red Mask. I'll have to check for
Didn't
wing damage there. There might have been
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit of
we
nat
can't.
type. No, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
really
sure,
look
you're
like
down.
it. Really didn't even look like he touched him, but the car just kind
Big
of
winner
kept
out of
going.
that Bergie. He's up like 4 or 5 spots through all that. Using his NASCAR experience.
Ooh, who's that?
Little
back
Days
here?
of Thunder action.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bergie and Cheesehead are actually the highest movers this race now. Bergie is up 6 spots.
Oh, good,
Oh, yeah.
good call. There's Harris is bobbing and weaving all over the track. Bergie picks up another 3-second time penalty. These guys have been able to keep it relatively clean so far in terms of the penalties so far. Only 3 guys with penalties. Ooh, Texas Tornadoes lost it. I think.
No, that
This
was
one
it was
wrecked out.
Red
Nas
Mask.
Racing wrecked out. No, Nas Racing wrecked out.
Oh.
Sector one.
Oh, there's a safety car.
Yeah.
Oh, tough
With
day for.
Mercedes.
Oh,
But
that
that-
just went wide into the gravel under safety car.
Oh my
I,
goodness.
I thought it said Texas Tornado. Oh man, okay. Well, apologies, Texas Tornado. I could have swore that's what it said on the screen.
Yeah, no, it was Nas
Oh, that's
Racing,
a-
Sector 1.
Oh, and Texas fed in the pits. That's not very
Oh my
bright.
gosh, one thing after another unlucky race tonight.
I think these guys pitting now definitely can take the mediums to the end, depending on how many
Ooh,
laps they have on them.
Yeah, I mean, most of these guys have already done 9 laps on the mediums.
Yeah.
So we're in a real interesting
Strategy.
tire. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think
Assuming the leaders will stay out.
I think starting on the or staying on the hards is probably not only
Best option.
the best option, probably the only realistic option, since everyone's already done a stint on the mediums, and for whatever reason, this game only gives you 1 set this year. So,
Yeah, racing.
so yeah, once again we're bumped up. The over on the safety cars is hit. It was set at 1 pre-race. Nas says, Nas says, yeah, I'm about to hang up the racing shoes and helmet. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Just take some deep breaths.
I guess this is a good time to run through the constructor standings if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, so right now in the constructors, Red Bull has a pretty high lead, in my opinion, to McLaren, 551 points to 470. Alpine 100 under McLaren at 368. Alfa Romeo is tied with Alpine with 368. Mercedes 349, Ferrari 313, Williams 307, AlphaTauri 249, Haas 241, Aston Martin 166. So, how is Alfa Romeo and Alpine doing tonight? They're actually tied, so it'll be.
But it's the overall for all 7 tiers here in Contest of Speed. So,
that's the overall.
yes, that's the overall 7 tiers. So every little result, just it's a bit of a drop in the ocean, in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, Red Bull got up to the total overall.
I wondered how they had 500 points already. I was like, jeez, but
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah. Motor says Alpine. Yeah, the correct pronunciation is Alpine, but you don't actually watch F1, so I don't blame you. It is what it is. Saint says, I hate the way that dude says words. In case you're getting roasted in chat.
Dude, I'm done.
I hate the way that dude says words. What an insult.
That might be the lowest of low blows for a commentator. Oh man.
Oh, Jesus. That's funny.
I hate the way that man says
I
words.
need to incorporate that in my IRL.
Yeah, I put Harrisplex, I think that's who it was, Harrisplex on the spelling of cool as Kewl. So I put him on. Man, yeah, that's rough. Case, we like the way you say words.
Yeah.
Don't
we're
listen to
not-
him.
we're not
He's a
I might
big,
not say I'm right,
he's a
but
big
I try my
meanie.
best. I try my best, guys.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. All right, you get a sticker.
He didn't come here to play
It's
school.
used.
Yeah, no, I came here to try my best, and I am. So.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, Case.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
don't listen to these
Don't,
haters.
Yeah, don't listen to the haters.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get cyberbullied. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that, Saint. You
Yeah.
big meanie. Yeah.
Boo. Boo the haters.
Yeah, there, everyone, let's boost Saint real quick.
Boo.
Gosh, boo. Yeah. Yeah, we hate the way that man says words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what state has the worst education system in the entire country? It's Mississippi.
It's probably Mississippi.
Yeah. They definitely have the
Mississippi.
they definitely have the most diabetes too. But they do have
He called
Lane.
you fat.
Well, they do have Lane Kiffin, so you know, honestly, it's a fair trade-off. Ben leads Cam, leads Cheesehead, who did a good job on that last stint, as brief as it may have been between the safety cars, to actually build a bit of a gap to Electric in P4, secure in 5th, Dream in 6th, Wing It in 7th, Bergie in 8th, but with 6 seconds worth of time penalties. That's probably not going to stick around unless he really gets a move on it. Express is in 10th, Express is in 9th, Harris is in 10th, E. Warren in 11th, Death in 12th, Chase in 13th, Maddie in 14th, Red Mask, and Texas Tornado round out the field. As we are going green
Chase
again this lap.
Really benefited from that safety car. After serving his drive-through and pitting for his hards again, he was about 40 seconds off the back of the pack, but now he's all set. His dues have been paid, and he's onto the back of this pack. I think he could probably work his way up into the points.
Yeah. I wouldn't completely count that out. We'll see if Ben goes at the same point that he did last time. He is not. He's going to back these boys up even more, and there he goes, out of the last for Watson. It looks like another good start.
Oh man, secure the perks. Terrible restart, and I think Dream's going to get an illegal overtake. He is.
Oh, look at this.
The Wing It, 3 wide. Oh no.
Whoa, boy, I don't think Express knew Secure was there on the inside. And this is
a little bit contacts.
Is
Williams and Aston's going at it.
Yeah, that was Verstappen on Hamilton last season in real life. Pushed him up over those sleeping policemen. The yellow curbs on the inside of the corner. Let's get the heli shot of this. Both Aston Martins trying their best. Guys are staggered through Tosa deeper in the field. It is a bit of a melee back here. This might be the last restart of the day. Best chance to make some moves and set yourself up for the rest of this race. Texas Tornado gets Maddie into P14.
The Piratella. That was a really good move from the AM3, I guess former AM3 driver. And here comes Chase NASCAR, really looking for a move on E. Warren, but a nice train there between all the teammates. A little bit of team orders there from the Aston guys. But we got a 4-way team battle further on back. So from 6th to 13th, we only got Williams, Aston's, Alpha Tauris, and Red Bulls, and they've all been duking it out.
Yeah, Red Bulls yet again struggling here today. E1 now finds himself outside of the points in P11. We'll see how long that lasts, though. Everybody's staying
with
pretty
those
bunched
penalties,
up.
He does have 3 seconds in time penalties, which I don't know where Dream got 5 seconds from.
Texas Tornado made a move as well. There, and Deathstorm is falling back. Oh, Maddie gets him as well. He's back into 15th.
Really struggling there. I wonder if he's also struggling from those tire temps we saw E. Warren struggling with earlier. Oh man, and ahead of them, Texas Tornado giving the cold shoulder to Maddie out of Tosa.
Yeah. It's not reserve anymore. Driving like Ross Chastain once you got a competitive drive.
Yep.
Through the field, everybody getting pretty close. Wing It in P5. So really good stuff from Wing It, looking for a top 5 here. hasn't finished the points all season, actually, surprisingly.
But he's only done like one race. So.
Yeah, he's done. You can actually check that right now. Winged has done 3. He's finished 18th.
So I was right at the beginning.
18th, 19th, and 16th. So not exactly the best of times this season. I guess you can understand why I might have missed a couple races in between rounds.
He is
2 and
missing
5.
his wingman, though. DK, serving our country.
I mean, I guess technically, yeah, we're paying him.
Further back,
he'll be back pretty soon, though.
Yeah, I think a couple months. October, so 1 month. We should be getting DK back around round 10.
That'll help, considering Winged's other teammate in the Haas straight up hasn't shown up all season. So
yeah, I think he died.
Yeah, he might have died. Yeah, so we've been relying on the likes of good old Red Mask and Jay Walker, the AM3 drivers, to fill in that second hot seat.
Oh boy, whoa. Texas Tornado and Matty Robo, Aqua Minerale, the cold shoulder again. Texas Tornado.
Elbows out stuff is Red Mask looking up the inside. There's some EU fellas duking it out.
Yeah, I don't think Matty's gonna be as nice with Texas next time he tries to pass him.
I don't think Matty's gonna be thrilled. I can almost hear him yelling into his mic right now. Ben has set the fastest lap of the race, and he is out to a 1.4 second advantage over Cam Tizzle, and then she's heading electric in 3rd and 4th. Pretty close behind him, at least in DRS range, but again, she's doing a really good job matching pace with these guys. He's had some terrible qualifyings this year, which has really put him on the back foot. But
Texas Harris,
Oop.
side by side.
Oh boy, into Villeneuve. A little bit of contact, and Texas gets the cold shoulder.
Oh man, some real aggressive stuff. Now it's the 2 Alpha Tauris there in 11th and 12th.
Yeah, E. Warren got past Harris earlier, a couple laps ago, and he's in the 10th, but I expect him to start struggling with those tire temps we saw him struggling with earlier, and that would move Chase NASCAR up into the points.
Yeah. And now it's Taylor NASCAR. Taylor Gang.
I mean it's still Chase. I'm gonna call him Chase.
Maybe his name's Chase NASCAR and Taylor NASCAR. The two brothers that didn't make it. Oh, jeez Louise, Matty Robo completely blows the braking zone of the first Ravazza. Oh my lord, he almost wiped out Harris in that second Alpha Tower. He's kind of moving around. Matty's obviously in England, so we got some internet wars going on as well between these two. Not great bandwidth between them. Dream on the back.
Bergie got past Dream that lap.
Yeah,
I didn't want to interrupt him, but yeah, it was a very clean, fast move. Didn't really last long.
So, and that's one that Bergie needs with those 6 seconds and time penalties. I don't know again what Dream got 5 seconds for. If it's something that could or could not be removed.
Dream got his for the start after the safety car. Yellow flag.
Yeah, so I think that was the overtaking under safety car. Now, which catapulted Winged into 5th, but yeah, Dream really lost out due to all that. But, yeah, Bergie is 6 seconds. They're not going anywhere. So he's definitely got to get a move on if he wants to try to salvage some points from this race.
Yeah, look at Secure the Perks now. Looking for that last spot in the top 5, less than half a second off the back of Winged.
Just bomb into that last 2 turns. Got around him, yeah.
Just getting a little aggressive.
Last second, yeah.
Alright, here is Secure the Perks. He's been having a really quietly strong season, and he's going to clear him before turn 1, and that is tight on exit. Winged's fighting around the outside of Tampa Road. What a great drive from Winged. I did not think he was going to try to fight that, but he does. Sticks it around the outside of behind us Express. And he resets the track. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh,
he almost committed murder.
Yeah, that is.
Gotta watch out here.
That's why we don't reset the track. It's the rules. Oh my god.
That was close.
That must have been a horrifying moment for about everyone.
Code Brown.
Yeah, literally
back
everyone.
in the top 10.
Yeah, Jesus.
Up, behind all that, E. Warren, and now in 9th, under pressure, a lot of pressure from Chase NASCAR and Maddie. He does have a penalty to contend with as well, but let's do a DRS here. We might have a 3-wide moment. Texas Tornado. Rough debut. After full-time debut, he spins through the final chicane.
I do wonder if Wingett may have gotten a bit of a gap there. I'd be a little intimidated if I was secure the perks, honestly.
There goes Chase, and here goes Maddie. Oh, contacts! Oh man, E. Warren just completely blew through the chicane. He must have only got a warning for it.
Yeah, he made contact. I mean, obviously, I think he was out of control.
Oh, and look at the grip Maddie has on those mediums.
Oh, and he's gonna try to cross him over into Tosa. It's a savvy move from the Brit.
And Chase NASCAR is loving that because now he's going to be able to break DRS from these two if he keeps everything together.
Yeah, we get some great fighting here. The back half of the top 10 looks like things are getting pretty toasty up front. And look at this, what is going on here?
Warren's driving in the grass.
Yeah, I think Warren just like let him by.
Well, he got a bad exit out of Aqua Minerale and tried to defend the inside line into the next chicane. But Maddie had a good enough run that he made it through there without a problem.
It looks like all these guys are separated enough that the DRS isn't really going to matter yet. Gotta really get about 4/10 to the car in front, to the car in front of you to make that DRS.
Like Red Mask? Oh, he's getting squeezed! Oh my goodness, that was close. Oh no, there's contacts.
And he Warren again. Got pushed.
Yeah, I don't know why he tried to file that in there. There was never going to be any room.
Yeah, he did get pushed out, but I generally don't think Red Mask really expected him. Oh, and he's Tony Hawk, pro skatering the curbs out of Villeneuve. These guys are all extremely tight, including his teammate on Harris in front of him. Jeez Louise, these boys are getting real close. It is popping off in the back. I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on up front.
Well, they're all on a DRS train behind Cam Tizzle. If Cheesehead loses touch of Cam Tizzle, I think Electric Blade will probably get that move done pretty quickly. But right now, Cheesehead is doing a good job holding on to that last podium spot.
Yeah, he is. Gonna get it one more time. Let's see what kind of run he gets. We haven't ridden on board with him down this front straight. So he's able to close up about 3/10, 4/10 maybe. He's got to be able to get close enough to Cam in order to get that move complete. I think Cam might just be running a little bit more downforce. He might be a little more adept towards the more technical middle sectors of the circuit.
E. Warren pit. Deathstorm moves up to P12 and Harris down to 13. Oh, but Harris he decides to sit behind Deathstorm. He had a run on him in the Villeneuve, but thought better of it.
Yeah, Deathstorm ran wide out of Tamburello. Back up front, Express, that's fastest lap. It's going to be no points yet again for the Aston Martin driver. Unfortunately, that's tough. Tough for him.
Hasn't been able to drive away up front.
He set those fastest laps consecutively and stayed around 2 to 2.4 pretty much the entire way. I don't think he has to do any more than he's already doing, but she's had this time a lot closer on Cam.
They dropped Electric.
Yeah, he's actually dropped Electric. So no worries behind him, at least for the immediate future. Let's see if he can continue to build on this. Could find himself in a P2 this evening.
And as things are running now, Cars Ben would take over the championship lead by 1 point.
Wow.
The Electric Blade.
That's some good maths right there.
13-point swing.
Yeah, and that's fastest lap as well.
No, the Express.
Oh yeah,
just took
Express.
that.
Oh Jesus. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Man, I feel silly.
But I mean, with how close the gaps are, if any of these guys pick up a 3-second time penalty, which is very easy to do around here,
Especially when you're pushing.
that could be a lot of positions lost and a lot of points, especially between the top 4. And Wing It only 2.2 seconds back from Electric. It's now a little more closer to 2.5, but it's all still really close up front.
Yeah, it is, and like she said, he's just chopping away at this very methodically. From
I think he can get him.
Yeah, it's
Gotta watch the ERS. He's almost out.
3 laps to go.
If he's gonna go for it now,
Yeah,
he's gonna
he
get
is.
there.
They get there, but he's not going to be able to pull it off. Cam's going to drive a little wide. See if Cheesehead gets a run into Villeneuve. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, he's going to have to back out and continue to sit behind Cam Tizzle. Try to force a mistake, but Cam Tizzle, he really hasn't made too many mistakes this season. Currently sitting P3 in the championship. Good stuff here. I mean, Cheesehead really finding some of that form that he was missing for the first 5 rounds tonight. A very, very good drive from him.
Yeah, that unfortunately is gonna pretty much mark the end of any race winning contention from those two. But if they start battling again like they did last lap into the first chicane every lap, that is going to bring Electric right back with these guys. But the DRS really dragging Cheesehead away from Electric.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to have a run on him this lap.
Yeah,
he doesn't really have the ERS to contend with Ham. Oh, further back, Bergie picked up another time penalty.
Yeah, I
He's
think
up to
that
9
might take him out of the
seconds.
points altogether. But it has been another good week for Bergie on track, at least. He's gotten himself into the top 10. We didn't really know what to expect to him going into the season. He warned 2-second time penalty. Oop.
On Bergie, made it work.
Oops. Almost missed it. I kind of did miss it, to be honest.
Yeah,
But,
it was a pretty simple move. Yeah, DRS down the main street. Long went up the inside. It'll stick. Probably.
I think Cheesehead could maybe do something here still. He's 4 tenths back right now. If he masters this lap and next lap, he might be able to.
Oh man,
He's got to get good to run up front.
Who's that? This Harris brought out a yellow flag. Just saw an over-the-shoulder cockpit shot from Cheesehead around Imola. That doesn't bring back any memories, does it? Is Cheesehead's heading down into Rubatsa, following Cam Tizzle one more time. 7 tenths, 6.5 tenths, up to 7 again. A little bit of wheel spin from Cheesehead. He's not going to be able to get there. As bends across to start the final lap here in round 6. I think that Cam Tizzle's done just about enough here to hold on to a P2. Good point save for him after finishing P7 last week in Spa. Cheesehead might still have a little something to say about it, though.
Wing It is now within DRS of Electric. Maddie gets around Chase. Oh, Maddie and Chase going at it. And Tamburello.
Whoa.
They're going to be side by side going into Villeneuve. I think Maddie's going to get
just going to be able to hold that.
Squeezed out there. He might be able to get a run on him further on the lap, I think.
I think Cheese
calls it quits in the pits.
On the last lap, no less. Cheese, I think, made a mistake there. This Maddie's still all over the back of Chase, coming out of Piratella and Aqua Minerale. That means that Ben is entering the Rabassas for one final time. All the people in those Airbnbs behind that wall are cheering Ben, Ben, Ben.
Oh, Texas Tornado wrecked out in the last lap.
As Ben comes across the line to win his 2nd race of the season. This is his 5th podium, and he will be in the lead of the championship going into round 7 by 1 point, he said?
Yep, 1 point.
Yeah, okay. Well, championship back on just after Electric won back-to-back races. A retort from Ben, who mentioned stuff like that. He needs to go for more wins in his exit interview last week. Cam Tizzle comes across in P2. And she said for the first time in a long time will get himself a podium. Have to vote for him for driver of the day, if I'm being honest. Electric Blade in P4. Good points, but not enough to retain that championship lead. Wing It puts Haas on the board for only the second time this season with a P5. Hopefully we see more of Wing It in the future after that. Secure the Perks with another strong P6. Dream in 7th. Chase in 8th. Matty Robbo reserving. And he'll get a hard-fought P9. Bergie in 10th. Deathstorm in 11th. Red Mask in 12th. E-War in 13th. We'll get the rest of those guys once we finish up the podium celebrations in the game. Fellas, that was a pretty interesting race for Imola, I would say.
It went pretty quick. It didn't feel like a long race because it was pretty interesting.
It was stressful. Yeah, it was a very exciting race. I don't know. It kind of got spaced out a little bit, but the tire wear, we definitely saw that play a factor there towards the end. A lot of position changes. Chase NASCAR making the most of that last safety car, jumped up to P8. Bergie holding on to a point. He was able to salvage P10 out of all that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he was able to hold on to that. So good for Bergie to be able to get a point out of that. As we see the beautiful face of Ben spraying people with champagne, getting champagne poured on him. Wow, what a beautiful evening here at Imola. One more time, run through the good old order here from Imola. Cars Ben takes the second win of the season. Cam Tizzle on the podium for the third time this year, and Cheesehead with his first podium of the year is in third. Electric Blade, Wing It, Secure the Perks, Dream, Chase NASCAR's alias, his burner account, is in P8. Matty Robbo in P9, Bergie in 10th, Deathstorm in 11th, Red Mask in 12th, E. Warren 13th, Express 14th, Texas Tornado in 15th, Harris in 16th, Nas 17th, and Cornish Mantis had a whale of a time out there, spinning multiple times. He finishes last. Yeah, overall, very fun stuff here tonight.
Yeah, say in terms of driver of the day contenders, obviously you have our podium drivers, but outside of that, Wing It and P5.
Yeah.
A bounce back race for him. Something they definitely needed. Good recovery. And then, Chase NASCAR, I talked about him earlier. After a drive-through and having to pit, getting bailed out by a safety car, making his way up into P8, and Matty, the super sub, coming in, starting last, and making his way up to P9 after. He had to fight for that one. Had a couple spins, had a couple run-ins with guys, but was able to get a couple points out of it. I don't think he'll be able to keep it, though, driving in the Ferrari. Are we good to go ahead and start the interviews?
Yeah, Electric in the comments, he's cheering on his teammate. It says Cam and P2 boop boop, even though he did lose the championship lead. Asterisk.
Yep. Yeah. This is all counting on your 12-point gap math at the beginning, and you know how I feel about your math. But we'll go ahead and start with the interviews. P3, our favorite Wisconsin native, Cheesehead, drove a fantastic race. Made up the spot on Electric Blade under that first safety car after Electric had to double stack. And never looked back, really. You had to pace, stuck with Cam Tizzle during that whole last stint of the race, and was able to drag yourself up to P3. Had a look at him with a couple laps to go, but wasn't able to get the move on. But definitely a bounce-back result for you, and definitely one that you deserved at this point after showing the pace this early in the season.
Yeah. Threw one away at Jetta for sure. That hurt pretty bad. So that one I was not happy with myself there, but had a really great start. I think I came from 10th all the way up to 4th on one lap, so I had a Fernando Alonso type of start, and safety car ruined my chance at Blade, and then I jumped him anyways. But then I was right there again, but I don't know. It's so hard to pass here, and good job to him, but it's just hard to pass, Can't really do much.
Yeah, it looked like he was definitely struggling, trying to save some ERS to get a move done.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I was trying really hard to charge, but good job for Bergie. That's my brother, if y'all didn't know. So.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Boom! Learning new stuff every day.
Yep. But yeah, it's pretty good race, other than a couple stupid safety cars there. I actually drove up to 5th. My bad. Yeah, pretty good race, other than a couple safety cars. Car was pretty much dialed. They threw it away in qualifying. I just do not have quality pace in this league at all for some reason. I just can never put a lap together. But this is why I keep coming back. Having a lot of fun, and I thought I'd never get back into the podium room, but here I am. It took me a damn while, but here we are.
Yeah, I was going to mention something, like you finally qualify inside the top 10 for a race, and you're able to get a podium out of it. It seems like you've been starting outside the top 15 every race this season, but yeah, again, making up a lot of spots on the start.
Yeah, it's a shame. I just wish I wonder what I could do from, like, I don't know, 5th up or something like that. I had a chance last week too, and I went out just like a minute 30 seconds too early, and the track was just improving on everybody's lap. So I thought I put a good lap time down, and then I got like dropped back to 10th. So yeah, tough deal, but that's how it goes.
Yep. Well, congratulations on your podium here in Imola.
Thank you.
Best of luck for the rest of the season. We're gonna move on.
I do believe, just to add something here, with my terrible math notwithstanding, I believe that actually puts Cheesehead, despite having a pretty tumultuous first 5 rounds, that moves him into P5 in the championship. Behind
pretty bad.
Yeah, so P5 in the championship, nonetheless. I think behind your teammate.
Yep, pretty solid there. We'll see him putting in that work over the rest of this season.
Yeah, I think we're going to get hot, so watch out.
Alfa Romeo, there you go. Calling it now. Constructors champions, maybe. Asterisks, question marks. We'll move on to P2. Cam Tizzle. Pretty much a good points day. Best way to look at it. Didn't quite have the pace to keep up with Ben there in first, but we're able to hold on to P2. We're able to hold back the challenges of Cheesehead behind you. And, I mean, definitely a good bounce-back week, considering your lack of a result last week.
Yeah, last week was, we could forget about that one. But today, quality was good. At first I got really excited when I saw I had fastest lap, just to realize that Ben had the exact same time. Didn't really matter, though. He beat that, but I thought that was kind of cool for a second. But, yeah, I quickly realized that if I was going to keep up with Ben, I would have needed like 5 or 6 different ERS batteries to put in my car, because I was quickly running out, and quickly I had to start saving. And then near the end of the race, Cheesehead had me like literally like sweating, like just I was like stressed out every lap just to make no mistakes, because his car, oh my god, he had one run at one point where he was like 9/10 back. And he caught all the way up to me down that straight or whatever, and I was like, oh shit. And yeah, he had some so pretty much throughout the rest of the race, I don't know if he used ERS on that one run, but it seemed like if he was like 6 or 7/10 back, I was
not
good.
Catch him.
Yeah, if he was a little bit closer, it was gonna definitely be a nail biter, that's for sure.
Yeah, you had good runs out of the last couple corners, and he dumped his battery every main straight, but you're able to hold on for P2 there.
Yeah, say the exit on the final straight. I just felt like I made sure that the exit of that turn was just spot on each time, just to not have any mistakes or anything like that.
I could charge into that chicane pretty good, but you were too quick on a straightaway or something. I couldn't get to you.
Yeah, one of the final laps, kind of like that chicane at the very end. I don't know what it's called, like Alto or whatever it is, right? Something like that.
I have no idea.
Ravazza.
Anyways, that Ravassa, whatever it is. Yeah. That chicane, that terrible chicane. I lost like 2 or 3 tenths in one of the last few laps or whatever, and like I think that was the one where Cheesehead got alongside me on the outside. I was definitely nervous. That's for sure.
Well, you were able to
Cheesehead-
turn the mistakes down. Were able to hold on to P2. Good points day for not only you, trying to make your way back into this championship fight, but a good day for Alpine as well, second and fourth. Y'all are kind of driving away with the constructors here. But, you know, it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of good races, and P2 is definitely not a result to scoff at. So, congratulations.
For sure. On to Mr. Ben.
Yeah, we're going to move on to Ben of the cars. Pretty much a dominant win. I think he led every lap in this race.
Yep.
And is now in the lead of the championship by a large gap of 1 point to Electric Blade in P2 now. So run us through your race, and I know it's pretty boring, and what you think about your championship hopes for now.
I'm delighted to have won, because I felt like I could have won in the last 3 rounds, but well, I could have, but I didn't. So it's kind of a what if. Anyways, it was great. I'm really happy to win. I think all of it came from qualifying this time. I was able to put myself in the right spot to start the race, and that helped a lot because I was able to defend into turn 1 and break. I have to say the safety cars were really getting me stressed, man, because every time I would break Cam's DRS back away from me, safety car would come out again, and so that was definitely a little bit stressful, but we were able to manage the restarts well, and yeah, very happy. Very, very happy.
Well, congratulations on your win. See, where are we at next week? Kitten?
Austria.
Austria? How do you feel about Austria, Ben? Yeah, I'm not going to ask you other two.
Yeah, I definitely would say Imola is one of my better tracks. So we'll see how it is in Austria, but yeah, I mean, I like my chances. I just have to let it begin.
Yep, and I think, like you said, it all came from qualifying. You didn't qualify P4 or worse, and were able to maintain your pace up front. Didn't have to worry about passing anybody or getting stuck behind anyone. And definitely showed championship winning pace this race. So congratulations on your win, and now lead in the championship. Kitten, you're welcome to wrap it before you tap it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Definitely stay tuned for that next week, same time, same place, in Austria. That's always, doesn't matter what league race you're watching, what league, who's racing. That's always going to be a definite crazy race. But as for the rest of the week, tomorrow afternoon, you can check out EU2. They'll be racing at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow night, AM1. Well, I guess Andy won't be there, but I will be carrying the flag for McLaren with TBA, I guess, as my teammate.
Yeah, good teammate.
And we'll see what happens there. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then EU1 will be Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. All right here on COS_Formula 1. On Twitch, not really sure if I have anything else to add after that. Fun race here from Imola. But yeah, like I said, next week we have the complete antithesis of what you saw tonight in a straight-up DRS overtaking battle in the mountains of Spielberg. So I guess until then, for our podium finishers, Cheesehead, Cam Tizzle, and Ben, congrats to you guys. Thanks for joining. And for Andy Wu and Case, thanks for joining tonight, Case, as our Karun Chandok. Even though you couldn't pronounce words.
Yeah, I got made fun of for being
Yeah,
here.
people didn't like the way you say words.
Emola.
But,
Oh man.
I heard
But,
that one. I heard that one at the beginning of the broadcast.
For all these guys, I was kidding, Petter. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. We'll see you next week from Austria.